Hey everybody, welcome to Ancestors and Alchemists. I'll be your reader today. So today we're doing things a little bit different. Um, Ancestors are asking me to channel first. There's something about this energy of somebody like not knowing what to do, or something about like somebody feeling really tense. Yeah, there's like an energy of somebody not quite knowing which way to go, what to do, how to say a thing, I'm hearing. And so we are going to see what exactly is in the energy for us. Yeah, it feels like somebody is extraordinarily nervous. Like I said, Two of Pentacles, they don't know exactly which way to go or what to do, or what's happening. Um, and it feels like it's a situation in which they will need your help. Um, I say as the Magician was on the bottom. I'll go ahead and place that. Or they feel like they want your help. Yet it feels like you are the person that people come to for guidance, that they come to for support. Um, they come to you when there's sometimes when there's a problem, and that can be that can be an overload. When they're planning, when they're making a move, in some kind of way it feels like you have like this kind of catalyst energy, and so people are going to flock to you. I heard earlier trauma, Nine of Swords, and the Moon. So people who are dealing with all kinds of things are going to flock to you. Um, and it's because you are this empress. There is something about your life's path, I'm hearing, that has made you the perfect person to be able to help guide people through um, the beginnings in their lives. So there's something about you being a catalyst of sorts. Folks are able to come to you. It feels like there's just some kind of quality about you. Um, and that you've done the work. So this is, excuse me, I got something in my eye that might be significant. Um, there is something about you being a person who has done the work. And so that makes you the perfect person to kind of help guide people through this process of working themselves. I heard trauma earlier. Um, you might find that people will trauma dump on you. They'll kind of see you out in public, and all of a sudden they tell you their whole life story, honey. All the bad parts that you would usually keep to yourself. You got to know this is actually something that catches them off guard sometimes. There's just something about your energy where they automatically feel very comfortable and very, first of all, confident that what they do say to you will not go anywhere. And then also that they are, that whatever it is that they tell you, that is held sacred. There's something about your story being, or something about their story being sacred to you. And this is, did I turn one? And this is part of the reason why people will come up to you and they will just tell you all about themselves. And you'll hear it. And you hear it with grace. And you hear, honey, they'll tell you all about themselves. All the things that are on their hearts, honey, they are fixing to tell you. And then you also fixing to listen. There's something about, there's just a kindness in your eyes. There's something about, there's just a, the sun the Wheel of Fortune and the Judgment, there's something about this divine light that's in your eyes, um, that is almost like I'm hearing Earth Angel, but it's something almost extraordinary about you. Not extraordinary like you're super common, but extraordinary. Like there's just a one of you. And it makes people feel safe. It makes them feel held. Um, and in some ways, it makes them feel blessed. Like it makes them feel lucky. There's a wealth about you, um, that it's almost like they feel like if they can get your attention, or if they can somehow gather up your love and store it for themselves, that there's a piece of you that'll stay with them. And it's almost like they feel like they'll be blessed just from being in your presence. Again, honey, you're coming up as the Queen of Pentacles. I just looked at all of them. You're coming up as a magician. That was the first card that you came up as. And you came up as the Empress. Oh, and they're saying it looks like you're coming up as judgment itself. And there's something about you are able to guide people through these times. There is something about when people are at a crossroads, that you kind of push them onto the direction that they're supposed to be going. You are this catalyst. Sometimes you start the sometimes wow. Sometimes you're a catalyst for destruction. Just how you being a judgment, that's how judgment goes, right? So sometimes you're a catalyst for kind of like not destruction as in you do this to people, but whatever their choice is while they're at that catalyst spot, you are giving them the opportunity to see their choice. And then whatever they decide, whether it's down this more prosperous path, whether it's down this like path to change or start, or it's always a divine path that I can't get away from that you put them on. When these folks are at this kind of crossroads place, so sometimes they'll feel stuck, sometimes they'll feel like there's too many options, sometimes they'll, oh, I dropped a card, sometimes they'll feel like there's not enough options, King of Cups. um, but you put them on that, you put them on the path that their heart really desires, if that makes sense. It's the one to help them see themselves more clearly. So there's something about your words, there's something about your heart, just period. um your heart itself almost shines like the sun. And there's something about you help them see what's really there. So it's not even you guiding. It's not even really you leading them to this place. You're you're a mirror. You helping them see themselves more clearly, more empathetically, more gracefully, so that they can make a decision from that standpoint. I'm hearing that sometimes the only reason why people have trouble moving in their lives, the only reason why people will self sabotage, the only reason why people will go down paths of comfort rather than paths of prosperity or paths of thriving, is because at those moments, at those crossroads, they are not seeing themselves in an accurate light. And so you, with your heart like the sun, with the King of Cups and the sun, you are helping them see themselves as blessed. You're helping them see what's actually inside of them, where they actually live. You help them recontextualize their trauma, I'm hearing. You help them place it in a space where it doesn't it doesn't just hurt, but it actually helps to reveal to them the ways in which these things don't have to impact you for the bad. They are actually lessons, and they can help further you on your path, and that they help you to see who it is that you are, so that you can make these decisions and make the plans. I'm just hearing that you are full of spectacular wealth, and that this kind of service, this kind of leading, first of all, it doesn't go unnoticed. Wow. I'm seeing that you are so many things for so many people. And there's something about your energy that is that's really, really playful. That's really imaginative. And that's why it is that you can help people recontextualize their trauma. So you might be a therapist. Um, there's something about your energy that's stabilizing for the people who find themselves um, in a spot where they're too up here. And so you bring them down to earth, and your energy stabilizes them. It grounds them. It grounds them in truth. It grounds them in love. It grounds them in the center of their heart space. And that's funny because as I was kind of getting ready for this, I brought the malachite out. I don't wear this very often, but it was something about my heart space, or the heart space, that was important. And there is a part of you, again, that, excuse me, confirmation burp. Whoa. There's a part of you that, this regal part of you, or the divine part of you, that either cast down, is this, I believe is Jeremiah, that you have the power to cast down and build up. I believe it's Jeremiah too. Um, See, now I'm gonna have to go find it. It's something about that you tear down, you cast down, but then you also build up. And so you help people build their foundations if they're ready for this tower moment. See, it's that not everybody picks that tower moment, but either way, everybody picks that tower moment. You get what I'm saying to you? So not everybody will pick the moment where they can start all over, and they can start something fresh, something foundation, something rooted. Now everybody picks that, right? And so I'm hearing your spirit team say, and that's okay, because that's just their journey. You can't live for another person, because what you're saying to them is, hey, to get to this Queen of Pentacles takes work. And some people, as Six of Swords is on the bottom of the deck, some people are not ready for that transition. They decided in their soul, in that moment, that they are not ready for the light that you shine on them, and that's okay. It'll just take them back through another karmic cycle. 1411 on the clock might be significant. 707 on the actual clock might be significant too. It'll just take them back through that karmic cycle. Um, and I'm hearing something about, make sure that you're listening to your body. Make sure that you're listening when if it's exhausted, that you listen, you honor, that you respect your body in that way. Um, that you're making sure, if you having a certain feeling that just seems kind of off. Sometimes it ain't just your period, right? For the ladies. Um, Sometimes it's not just that. Sometimes it's intuition sparking. So listen to it so that you can sharpen it. Sorry, that was a whole side note. Now I don't even remember where I was. Anyway, so sometimes people will pick that to go back through that karmic cycle, and that's okay because it takes work. And some people not ready for that work. And that's where you give them the grace to be able to be human, because that's all it is. This is their journey. We can't dictate their journey. They get to dictate their journey. Let them. Um, but either way, when you show up, tower happens. Either way. So something fixing to change because your presence in itself is too heavy. It's too grounded. Your presence in a situation, in a space, it forces that space to move in a way sometimes it is just not comfortable. It's just not comfortable with it. And that's okay. But I mean, what you want? if, if that is the if mm, you don't like it, talk to God about that. I mean, I don't know what to do with. So let's see what else. This is beautiful energy. I see the Hermit on the bottom of the deck, and it feels like it's something about you conserving your energy, or you making sure that you have enough, that you are decisive, that you're discerning enough to be able to take care of yourself. Earlier today, also a ladybug just like came and like landed on my hand today. Oh my god, so cute. It was just the cutest thing. It was such a blessing. Anyway, ladybugs might be significant, and I was on my way home because I had a long day, lots of meetings today. So I was on my way home, and I had like this hankering for okra. Um, I don't think nobody else on the planet likes. Well, no, people like okra because first of all, okra is good, but like, what's the likelihood that you guys like slimy ass okra? It's not slimy. I like the fried stuff, but I went to churches, so churches might be significant, and I was thinking about getting some chicken. I don't know if any of that is significant, but I thought I'd tell you about my day real quick. Anywho, so that was my exercise today of taking care of myself. Like, I hadn't had okra in a really long time. I missed it. Um, it makes me feel like I'm a Southern girl, 7-Eleven on the clock. So, what Spirit is saying is that it, as you are doing this, help walking people through all of this healing, walking them through these different um, parts of their lives, helping them kind of know what it is that they want to do, who it is that they are, like as you're doing this work, because it feels like this is actually work. But as you're doing this work, you need to be able to take care of yourself. Um, the healer needs healers. And so please don't neglect that. That is imperative. We need you in the work. And so it feels like this is actually a part of your purpose, a part of your service to humanity. Like this is with energy this heavy, this is your purpose. Um, this is your purpose. Your purpose to was to make an impact um, in this place. And it is. There's a lot of feminine energy. Again, feminine energy doesn't have to anything to do with your gender. It is just about like the nurturing, the intuition. It's a function. It's a means to a function. Confirmation. Anyway, um, okay, let's see what's going on. So your spirit guides specifically are asking you, please be discerning. Make sure that you are just taking that time for yourself. Don't feel like you're being mean to anybody else. Don't feel like you're neglecting anybody else. Sometimes when you're tired, you're just tired, and you have to honor your body because it's that body that's actually performing the work. And so we have to make sure to keep your body a temple, to make sure to treat it as sacred because that's what it is. This work is sacred. Work can't get done without the body. So that's important. So I don't know if you all are you know maybe not getting enough sleep, or maybe spirit's been reminding you to do something. Well, or to take care of yourself. This is that again. So hopefully that's a confirmation. Oh, did my cars get all whoopsie daisy? Did I ever fix them from last time they were whoopsie daisy? Don't know. Ooh, what's this? Oh, okay, just those cars were whoopsie daisy. All right, let's see what we got. We got the Lovers, we got the World, we got the Six of Pentacles, we got the Three of Cups, and we got the Knight of Cups. Right, let's see. It looks like this is your next chapter. Um, you're not only bringing people in alignment with themselves, you're not only bringing yourself into alignment, um, but it also looks like you are drawing in suitors and soul tribes. That was cute. Was that a bar? Um, it looks like you're drawing in suitors and soul tribes. Um, it also looks like you have completed you've done a really big time jump actually with this Lovers for Alignment and the World card. You've jumped timelines, and you've jumped into a really profitable timeline with the Six of Pentacles that is on top of the Eight of Pentacles. So that gives us 14 Pentacles, which is the Queen of Pentacles. So you are in your most prosperous timeline. And honey, it's not just prosperous and it's not just aligned for you internally, though that had to come first, but it's also aligning you with money. Um, it's also aligning you with purpose. It is also aligning you with celebration. I'm hearing that this is the most profitable time in your life. It's going to be the most profitable time in your life because everything that you neglected before, and that's the word that I'm hearing, um, is going to be given back to you tenfold, is what I'm hearing Spirit say. It's going to be returned to you, pressed down, shaken together, and running over, your angels are saying. Did I turn one? And that's going to bring conflict, but it's also going to bring completion, and it's going to bring you getting to this place of where you only compete with yourself. And so the other people who are trying to compete with you, trying to catch up with you, trying to mimic what it is that you're doing, um, they can't, because it belongs to you. It's yours. There's nobody else who can replicate this. Nobody. Your work is powerful in this time. I'm hearing Spirit say, leading leading the people to paths of righteousness, or in other words, that which is right, that which is good. And not like in a weird religious way necessarily, right? Unless like that's your thing, go for it. But like in a way that brings people to their own alignment because you've already walked through it. Their own, helping them set themselves onto their own paths so that they can be aligned. You are elevating the collective. Who is what I'm hearing Spirit say. This is an elevation for you. It's an elevation for them. And what you do is going to have impact all over the world. Wow. All of you, all of you that are called, okay. You'll be calling those who are heavy laden so that they can find some rest, is what I'm hearing. Mm, this is this is such beautiful energy, and it's really important work. It's really important work, and it's heavy work, but there's so much joy here. Spirit, can you tell me about the death side? Oh, it's the end. It's the end of a kind of poverty mindset, I'm hearing. Um, you're leaving behind a poverty mindset. You're walking and stepping into your abundance. And that's not just like material abundance, though it is, right? But it's also abundance in person. The work that you do, even on a small scale now, is helping people find the inner well of themselves. A lot of people, that inner well is lost. I'm hearing the woman at the well. If you know that story, it's the Samaritan woman. Um, Disciples went to go get some lunch for Jesus. Jesus is at Jacob's well. Oh, I flipped these cards. Um, Jesus is at Jacob's well, and this woman comes by, and he asks her for some water, and she does a whole thing about, you know, I've been married, if you've heard this, like 5 times, and Jesus was like, well, here's the whole truth. And then he's like, well, I can offer you some water that never goes, that never empties, that's never dry. And I think sometimes when we hear that story, we assume that what Jesus is saying is that he is that water. But the truth is that everybody is that water. Jacob, that was Jacob's well. Jacob had water. Everything that came from Jacob was water. Our bodies are literally, what, 70, 80% water. And so with water comes this abundance of intuition. With water comes this well of heart space. With water comes the ability to grow any motherfucking thing. You can't be the Nine of Pentacles without, or the Queen of Pentacles without being the Nine of Pentacles first, right? And so it's not that you are that water for these people, is that you're helping them to recognize that they have their own water. And the Empress is on the bottom of the deck again. I've seen it like 3 times. It just hasn't come out yet. And so your abundance is helping other people reach their own abundance. And this is not going to be without trouble. It's not going to be, oh, Jesus, it's the same fucking cards that came out. Oh, except for the Six of Wands. It's not going to be, this is a path that is surely going to be busy, but it's also going to bring you a lot of recognition, especially with the world card that's out here. And it's going to be a lot of recognition that happens really quickly. So you need to be ready for that. Um, with the star coming out, that's the star, the Seven of Cups again, which just represents all of the opportunities that are going to be brought to you. Where you were doing this work on a smaller scale, this work is now going to be taken, yeah, this work is now going to be tripled. Tripled three? Yes. Tripled and taken. It feels like worldwide. Like this feels very divine. Um, this feels like you were made for this. And so where you were the again, where you were the magician here, it's just doubling down on this. Like you're gonna open up so many opportunities. Um, I'm hearing a lot of speaking engagements. So many opportunities. Not just the. Here we go. The opportunities to grow that you've given to other people. The divine is paying it back in full for you in this lifetime. You've given people opportunities to live in their fullness. This feels completely divine. Um, and so, where you have been the magician to help people align in themselves and with those opportunities that they needed, that was on their path, and you helped kind of let them see themselves so that they could go on a more prosperous path. They needed this. And where you gave it, the divine is giving it back to you. It's not going to be without trouble, right? Um, it's not going to be without anxiety, because you're going to be, oh Jesus, on a world stage is what I was going to say. So thank you, Spirit. You're going to be on a world stage with the world coming out. You're going to be working again. Eight of Pentacles comes out on the other deck. Jesus. And to think I wasn't going to do a reading. And the Pentacles is on the bottom again. I just keep hearing double for your trouble. And actually, it's more than that. You're going to be pouring, but people are going to be pouring into you. There's so much beautiful energy here. Oh, what is this? I didn't even see this here. Is that the Queen of Pentacles? Honey, quit playing. Queen of Pentacles was laying there. I remember putting it down, but you know, I'd be talking, now I forget what the fuck I'm doing. And like I was trying to straighten up cards because it's a mess down here. Um, Queen of Pentacles, Seven of Wands, and the King of Pentacles. What is this? Spirit, can you tell me more about the Seven of Wands? Why the Seven of Wands? To some extent, it feels like it's got a double meaning. Like, on one hand, it kind of sort of feels like you're going to move from the Queen of Pentacles energy to the King of Pentacles energy. But what's louder is that this is actually somebody come in for you. Um, but it may be a situation in which you're like, I don't have time for this. It may be a situation in which you're guarding yourself because you are so busy. There's a lot on your plate. Um, I've seen the High Priestess come up so many times. High Priestess hasn't come out yet. That's on the bottom again. High Priestess hasn't come out yet, but it keeps coming up. I keep seeing it. What the hell did you do with these fucking cards? Sorry. Hold on. How many did I fucking? There we go. Okay. Um, Oh, the energies. So we got air out here, Gemini. We got water and earth with the Queen of Pentacles. We have Saturn, which might be important with the World card. The stars Aquarius. Got the Sun Leo, Sag. Um, Lots of earth. There is some water here, lots of fire. So earth, fire, air. All the signs are out here, but earth, fire, air. So you could be any of those signs. You could be none of those signs, which would means that you were no sign at all and you weren't born. So, um, I don't take those things very seriously. Anywho's a 35:35 on the clock. So there might be somebody who comes up. This feels like an afterthought because it feels like I'm about done. Um, it looks like it is a counterpart, but it also looks like you're kind of guarded here. Um, and this is a connection that is beautiful. Uh, I see Virgo energy. It's a beautiful, beautiful connection. It might be a connection that's coming in fast with the Seven of Wands, Leo, and then the Eight of Wands, Sag. So it might be, yeah, it might be something that's kind of coming in sort of fast, and that you need to be ready for it, and you might be guarded. So this might be something that you really need to take seriously. Actually, I see about three. Um, I see three suitors: King of Cups, Knight of Cups, King of Pentacles. Um, I'll get into this. Let's do a part two. Yeah, I'm gonna do another part.